Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda. I'm playing Sketchy Sunday today, and I'm using a sketch from Traci Designs, which is this one here, and I really like it. It's fun. I'm going to link her blog below too, and then I'm also using my counterfeit kit challenge, which isn't really counterfeit because it's the Moonlit collection from Traci Reed, and that is what I have right now. So maybe not counterfeit, but I don't know. I have it, so I'm going to use it. So I did have these papers. I don't have a large format printer. So when I print a digital collection, I have to print it on just regular letter size cardstock. And so these pieces end up being 8.5 wide instead of longer. You can also do the other direction, which ends up being, I think it's 11.5 is what my pages are. And so it's not horrendous, especially if you have some other cardstock. If you don't have a large format printer, you can definitely make something like this work. I also pulled this black frame out of my scrap bin, so when I get a piece of paper, what's left over I keep, because those, look, it makes a really great border around this, and I use the black for something else long time ago. long time ago. And so I'm just going to tape this on with washi because that black is pretty thin and I just want to get it on relatively straight. It's not quite straight. It is pulling a little bit now that it's done, but it is what it is. I did put some glue along those corners to make sure that it sticks and stays put. And then it's ready to crate on. And it doesn't look too bad now. So I don't know, maybe it was, I used glue on all of my pieces of paper. But so this piece, the polka dot piece, is a piece of washi from the embellishment section of the Moonlit kit. This top sticker is not part of that. It is a stash item that I have. I think it was a Recollections border, and it's a sticker. And I just liked how those kind of framed everything in and pulled in the black and the white from the background, because it's literally just black and white on that background. So I kind of laid them out, thought about what I wanted to do. I definitely know I want these two to be the same size and I want them to be in line, and then everything else doesn't have to be in line. So on Traci's sketch, her left side is all lined up, but her right side is not. And she has some bigger pieces than I have, but oh well, it is what it is, right? So I did decide that I wanted to overlap these pieces a bit more. So it means I need a few more. So I'm going to take part of this paper that printed really, really large scale compared to what the image looked like, but I'm going to use it anyway. So, getting it on. Just marking out where I want the top, the bottom, and where the middle is, because that makes a difference to me sometimes. The middle, not necessarily so much, but I wanted to know where it was on this one. So just kind of laying it out again. I guess I could have cropped this out because it's just going to look different again, but that's okay. I'm just trying to get a feel for where I want the papers, if I want them in a specific order, and I decided I don't. So this I've done in an order, and that looks fine. And I don't understand how I lost pages, or spaces, because I'm gonna have to come in with another piece of paper here after I get these all on. But I lost space, so but it is what it is. I thought maybe putting the stars on here as one of the layers. That's not gonna happen. I do want to put a border around my pictures, and I thought maybe that could be on top or overlap or be underneath. I don't know, it's not going to work the way I wanted it, and I'm just going to grab the paper that looks like that frame because I have the paper, and yay, we're going to get stuff started to get stuck down. So I did decide right away that I don't want them lined up. So I was very aware when I was sticking these sticker pieces down to this top one that I didn't want them to be the same on both sides. So that's going to go down. I'm going to use my T-square because I do want all the rest of them, I don't need to be straight, but I do want that first one to be straight. And I am going to stick it down with glue because I have come back to some of these stickers from these border pieces and them not have been on. And my glue didn't really want to come out to start with, but yeah. And then it's about 3/4 of an inch in. And then I'm just gonna put these down. And I am gonna speed the rest of this process up quite a bit more because it literally is me just putting these pieces down. But I didn't want to take it all out just because I do make a few changes and it is what it is. And definitely not having them lined up and then getting them in. And this is how I got a whole centerpiece that isn't actually have a space for, is because I am overlapping quite a bit. But on her design, she has overlapped some of her pieces. I'm not going to do the banner strips, so these washi tapes and these different papers that are going on the top are definitely going to mimic those bits, but it's not exactly the same, but a sketch doesn't have to be. So just getting that lined up at the top and then lined up on the bottom, and then I can slide this piece in underneath, and then I'm going to just keep on building. I like how bold the papers are in this collection from Traci Reed. I love it when she does a bright one. And this one works so well for, like, it definitely has a summer vibe feel to it, but it works so well for it. And I can see myself using it for other kinds of pictures too. There's a layout up on my channel already that has, I've used this for baby pictures, other sub kind of things. I used it last year a bit too, so because I had it last year, and so a lot of what I'm using right now I had already had printed off, so it was definitely using up my stash instead of printing out some new stuff, which is awesome. And I do print my stuff out onto presentation cardstock. So now I'm looking at putting this on this background paper, and so I'm just making it a little bigger than this 4x6 just so that there's just a touch sticking out, and then it just pulls all those colors from all those papers around the picture, which is really dark, but I might actually print this off with better exposure, but first time I didn't, and it's going on. There'll be enough room if I do decide to do that I can just slide it in over top of this one and it's all good. I did think about hanging these because we are at Folk Fest and they do the lantern light show in Calgary, which is super fun, but it might want a different one. So I leave it there and look at it for a while. I thought about using this summer for the title, pulling out some different things that I have printed. There's different kinds of flowers, so I'm going to pull out these ones just because they're a little bit more, I don't know the word for it, like, to me they're a little bit more kid friendly for this layout. They're not kiddie, but I don't know, it's not the right word for it, but it is what it is. And then I also pulled out some stars. I'm going to use one of these flowers in this corner, and I'm going to curl up the edges. I tried to use my bone folder to do it, and I just wasn't working very well, so I used my fingers instead. And so just kind of layering this up Traci does not have any embellishment clusters on her sketch today for the one I'm using, but I wanted to put more on this, so I'm going to put more on this because a sketch is a suggestion. It's not you have to do this right here, right now kind of thing. So I'm going to put a little bit around things. So when I was cutting out these lightning bugs, my kids were so funny because we don't have lightning bugs up here in Alberta, or not where we are anyway, so they've never seen a lightning bug. And they were like, Mom, why is there a sun coming out of those bees' butts, is what they said. Which now I see suns coming out of these bees' butts, not lightning bugs. And I thought about cutting off the sunburst butts, but they stayed on because it'll be something funny that I can think about when I look at this page, and nobody else will know that. A little bit of humor that I think about, but it is what it is, and it's good, and I like it. So I'm looking at building another cluster up here. So I'm going to use the same kind of flare. I'm going to use another star, and I'm going to use a pink heart, not a pink heart, a pink flower. And then I was just looking at my basket of goodies. Look at all this fussy cutting that I've done. It's incredible and a lot of work, but now we have lots of things to use. So always so good. I am looking for another flower, and I was looking for another lightning bug because I know I have another one in there, but I couldn't find it. And then I got bored of looking, so I was going to leave it for now and start building some of this other stuff. Come on, there it is, yay! So I thought about putting it in this cluster, but I like it on the white because the fussy cutting of it kind of blends into the white then, because it does have a white border around it. And so I am going to pop up both of those flowers on pop dots, and I'm going to glue this stuff down underneath it. And I'm being really cognizant or careful of where I'm putting that pop dot so that if I wanted to pull that picture up later or put something over top of it, it's easy to do. Because it kind of bothers me, it's so dark, but... And then the same thing with this one, it's going to get up on pop dots. And then the flare and the different color star is going to go around, which I really like that. Now I'm thinking title. So the summer I'm not feeling so much. I could have left it, but summer what? So they're having a treat. Do I do summer treats? Is there something else I can use? I don't know. I want to say something about the cotton candy. I look at these ones, not so much on that thickers for anything or the right tone. Nothing on those chipboards that I want to use. Nothing on that puffy one. That smile was cute, but wrong color. That sunny would have worked, but actually that sunny would have worked really well. But it wasn't one I looked at. So I thought maybe doing a stacked chipboard title. So wow, because that cotton candy is as big as their heads. Yay, because they got cotton candy. But I'm like, but there's not another one that'll work. It's really frustrating, but all good. I will get them on something else. Now I'm just double checking my letters. I can do summer treats in this black and white alpha, and it brings in more of that black and white that is a fixture on this page. And so it brings that black and white from the top and the bottom and the background into the middle. I'm not in the middle quite yet, but it will be in a second. I really like these alphas. I got these in a hip kit club too, and I think they're so fun. So I'm being really careful when I'm pulling these off so I don't rip my cardstock from the printer because it rips really easily. And then it wasn't there I had to worry about. It was my white paper that doesn't usually rip. And then I was like, do I put that back in? No, I'm just going to put something over top of it. There'll be a little bit of texture there. Nobody other than me will notice. And no one has said anything about it in my family, so they haven't really noticed. They probably will now that I've said something if they go and watch my video, which my kids sometimes do. So I thought about the yay and the wow, and it's not going to happen. And so now I just want to cover up a little bit of that tear. So I'm going to put a star here. I'm going to put a flower here. And now I get a third cluster right around my title. And then I'm going to put a lightning bug down here. Or glowing bee. Glowing bee? Glowing bee. I think that's so funny. Mom, the bee's butt's glowing. Words that you did not think you needed to hear today, I'm sure. But I also put some enamel dots on, and I'm just putting a bunch of different colors in each of the areas because there's lots of color on this page, so I can use most of them up. And I use all but 2 black ones, which I tried to find in a layout that I posted on Friday, and I couldn't find them, but they're somewhere. And then here is a close up, and then there'll be some still shots to follow. I hope you liked my video today. If you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I would love to have you here. And then there are also some videos that'll be up here in a second after we look at some of these close-ups, which are super cute. I'm pretty happy with this one. You can see some bend in my paper there, but that's all right. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day.